Hi, boys and girls. If you remember last week, we were talking about how we reread to bring characters to life and to sound more like that character. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about using your voice to bring stories to life, so not just the characters. Some of the things we'll be talking about is rereading to make the book sound smooth, not choppy like it is sometimes when we're first learning to read. We're going to talk about making your voice sound like the characters, which we've done some of that already. We're going to read like a professional storyteller with props and gestures and sound effects like boom. And then we're also going to make sure we're rereading to pop out those important parts. So we have a book that we chose to go along with the greeting we gave you today on our field trip. And this one is called Iris and Walter and the Field Trip. So Mrs. Blackmar, do you think you could make sure that I sound smooth when I'm reading this?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
I'm excited to learn about this book too.
Me too. Iris and Walter and the Field Trip. I noticed it's a chapter book. The Aquarium. One day, Iris's teacher, Miss Cherry, had an exciting announcement. This Friday, we are going on a field trip to the aquarium. The aquarium, said Iris's best friend, Walter. Oh boy.
You know, I like that you really worked hard on reading those words, but I think if you reread, you can make it sound a little bit smoother.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. I'll give it a try.
Maybe scoop up some of those words.
Okay, and I did notice an exclamation mark, and I know I didn't sound that way. And I'm noticing a few others. Okay. The aquarium. One day, Iris's teacher, Miss Cherry, had an exciting announcement. This Friday, we're going on a field trip to the aquarium. The aquarium, said Iris's best friend, Walter. Oh, boy.
And look at his gesture, too. You can see how he is.
Yes.
It sounds pretty exciting.
They seem excited about it.
All right. You going to keep trying?
I am. Are we going to see the sharks? Asked Benny. Are we going to see the penguins? Asked Iris. Are we going to see the starfish? Asked Jenny. We are all going to see many wonderful things, said Miss Cherry.
What
I
do you
know.
think?
I already know I have to reread. And sometimes I know that when I'm reading that I'm working really hard on the words, but that I have to go back to be smoother and sound like the characters. Okay. Are we going to see the sharks? Asked Benny. See, I'm noticing the question mark.
Yep.
Are we going to see the penguins? Asked Iris. Are we going to see the starfish? Asked Jenny. We are all going to see many wonderful things, said Miss Cherry.
Oh, that sounded much better. And I noticed your voice going up with the question marks.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to try really hard. That night, pause, Walter had supper at Iris's house. Our class is going on a field trip, Rosie, said Iris. Up, said baby Rose. Where are you going? Asked Iris's father. We're going to the aquarium, said Iris. On the bus, said Walter.
I think you did a really good job with that
Thank
page.
you. I would have, when I did up, I thought about it after, and I thought babies usually say it with a baby voice.
Can you do a baby voice?
Like, up, said baby Rose.
So definitely changed your voice there.
And we're going to see the penguins, Iris told Grandpa. I love penguins, said Grandpa. And after that, we're going to have a picnic in the park, said Walter. Oh my, I wish I were going on the field trip, said Iris's mother. Hey, Walter, do you want to be bus buddies? Iris asked. Sure, said Walter. Well, it could have been better, couldn't it?
Well, I'm just wondering if the mom would be a little sadder in her voice because she's wishing or wistful.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right. So let me try it again. Oh my, I wish I were going on the field trip, said Iris's mother. Hey, Walter, do you want to be bus buddies? Iris asked. Sure, said Walter.
Definitely sounded like the storyteller in that.
You know, I'm getting excited about this trip. I can't wait to hear more.
Oh, it's my turn to read.
Okay.
Okay. So I really want to work on using sound effects and popping out important parts.
Okay.
So I think I might notice important parts with exclamation points or maybe question marks.
Okay.
Maybe looking at the punctuation. We'll look at that. The bus ride. On Friday morning, Miss Cherry said, "We are very lucky to have Jenny's mother coming on the field trip with us today." Oh, I think that's important.
That is important.
We are very lucky to have Jenny's mother coming on the field trip with us today. Jenny gave her mother a big hug. "I know we're going to have a great time," said Miss Cherry. So I definitely think it's important that there's a chaperone there too.
Yes, most field trips need an extra adult.
Now let's go over the rules. Definitely important.
Very
I want to stress
important.
that. Now let's go over the rules. Remember, pay attention.
I like how you used the sound effect there, like remember. You made your voice louder
kind of
there.
like a teacher would talk.
Yeah.
Just like Miss Cherry. Hang on to your partner. Stay with the group.
Good job.
I think that's important. And if you get lost, stay where you are and I will find you, said Miss Cherry.
That's really important. That's important for all field trips. If you get lost, you stay there and wait for someone to come to you.
Stay where you are and I will find you.
See?
I think that's going to be an important detail. I've never been lost. Have you? Iris asked Lulu. No, and I sure wouldn't want to be, said Lulu. That would be scary, said Benny. Really scary, said Walter.
I like the way you used your voice there. It would be scary to get lost.
Those are important things to remember. The children climbed aboard the school bus. Iris and Walter chose the very last seat. They bounced up and down. Benny told knock-knock jokes. Lulu made up silly fish songs. Everyone was happy and excited. Nobody thought any more about getting lost.
I wonder why they're bringing that up right now.
Do you think that's important?
I think it is important.
Let's read it like it's important. Everyone was happy and excited.
Nobody thought any more about getting lost. Oh, I think that we might want to remember that.
Okay. All right. And that's where we're going to stop. And oh my goodness.
Where's Walter? Oh no.
We're going to have to wait until...
I'm making a prediction. I don't know about you.
I am too. Oh dear. All right. So I think we did a good job today with this chart. And I think our friends could use this chart too. It'll be up on your slide. Make the book sound smooth. Make your voice sound like the character. Read like a professional storyteller with props, gestures, and sound effects. Change your voice and pop out those important parts. If it sounds really important, reread it like it's important. Use your voice to bring stories to life today.
And always reread if you think that maybe you didn't quite do it right. We went back and reread when we felt the need to.
And I hope you're excited to learn more about Iris and Walter.